should have destroyed Carthage, every man, woman and child, many years ago.
Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Total War Rome 2, the Julia campaign. And in the last very short session, we had a look at our new faction leader's vision for how Rome should be operating. So we're having a change to the building strategy, which was outlined last time, commencing in the Italian area, and that's going to continue to run throughout the course of the rest of this campaign. But in the meantime, there is further work to do, further upheaval, further change, and this change for the moment is involving the armies. In this province here, we're going to give these armies a facelift. 4 legions, and 1 will be staying behind. We'll be getting new units in there, retraining as necessary, and then once we are ready to go, they're going to head north, initially to unify the area here. Now we do have these people here who aren't necessarily in bad terms with us, the Damnetes, but whilst they hold this land here, we do not have control of the whole province, which is bad news, so they gotta fall. And then we have some people here, the Atrebates, they aren't particularly in good standing with us, so they have to fall too. So with a new ruler, with a lot of political sway in the Senate, we have changes afoot, and yeah, people being allowed to carry on their affairs, denying Rome land, denying Rome control of the whole province, cannot be allowed to lie, and therefore they will be brought under Roman rule before much longer. After that, the Iceni and the other British tribes that are causing our client state some concern, they will fall too. All in good time, but before that has to happen, we need to ensure that these armies are fit, ready and trained for the job. So that's going to be the course for the next however many turns it takes. So starting out then, this most of the work has been done, so it's just a case of upgrading the legions that need upgrading, ending the turn and seeing what comes. So this is the Defensores Iberia contingent. This is the army that will be staying behind and defending the Iberian area. It's retraining at the moment. It looks as if we can upgrade our weaponry, which we will do whilst we have opportunity to do so. And then we can upgrade something else. The tradition, formidable fighters, is always good, and the general soldier giving us extra zeal and charge bonus. All pretty standard, I think. And then Legio Sanguine, formerly the Premier Legion of Rome, and hopefully will maintain that mantra throughout the future. Currently headed by Sentius Trio, who I don't think is a Julia family member. We have our commander, our leader, heading an army in Aracilium, and he will be transferred across to Legio Sanguine to keep up history, to keep up Julia's grip on that legion, and but all in good time, just waiting patiently for it to be trained and ready to go. So it looks like we can upgrade weaponry here too, so we'll do that where necessary, and again upgrade the commander. Not overly concerned with these too much. I'm going to go once again with Warrior. And that, I think, is all the upgrading that we need to happen. So, with that done, it's just a case of ending the turn. As I said, seeing what occurs. Now, we are in a relative peacetime, surrounded by friends, allies, so I don't expect to be ambushed, attacked. The only thing that could occur that might throw us off our stride is the occurrence of this civil war. We have 54% of the senators. We are getting more and more Imperium, and these things as they grow, lead to an increased chance of this civil war occurring. These loyalists wanting to see the Julia faction put down. Hopefully, of course, that won't be the case. But we'll just have to keep an eye on things, and we have to be ready for it. So the Massaesili have joined the war against the Media. Always a good cause, I find. And Mauritania are motivated, as are Tarraconesus, and of course we are recruiting troops. So there are certain bits and bats that we could do in terms of building work here, and whilst we have construction sites with undeveloped land, we cannot allow them to fester. So although I'm not specifically focusing on these areas for the total overhaul, we can at least start to get them ready. So as I've said in the past episode, in these minor settlements, especially in provinces that are focusing on military, we should be putting the auxiliary barracks, for instance, and freeing up this slot for something more important in the capital. And workshops as well. So we don't have a workshop here at all, so we do have a field engineers. Room for one more? I think so. So a workshop slot there. Which means that when this is built and we have finished our recruitment here, we can demolish this, but we'll keep it for now because this is a province where we are, you know, recruiting our troops. We don't want to start messing about with the buildings too much. So that's fine there. Just take a quick peek around, make sure there's nothing else where there's undeveloped land. I don't think there is. It's just a case of it's just going to be a case of sorting these provinces out into some kind of order when we get round to doing it. And in Gaul we should be okay. Yeah, that's fine. So let's continue on as we are. How many turns? 2 more turns until we can get artillery. This army is ready and waiting for artillery pretty much. Legio Potestas, 1 more unit. What is this? And again we're getting this upgrade to weaponry. I don't know why. We're getting it in bits and bats and not entirely, but there we go, just upgrading them. Might not be weaponry, it might actually be experience as well. Not too sure, but anyway, 1 more turn for the last Praetorian unit here, and then this army will be ready to wait for its artillery. So what we'll do is we'll just send them north, round about here, ready to pounce. The Dagger of Rome. This was the next army in the list, waiting for the overhaul. So let's just take a quick peek at how they're faring. So they have veteran legionaries, a couple of them. They have some bog standard legionaries, 4 of them. A couple of Triarii units, which we will keep. Spear units are good. And looking at 4 units of Velites. So we'll get the Velites first, the cheaper units, so that we're not forking out for upkeep over an extended period of time. So can we recruit units? It's in forced march stance. Just get rid of that. Okay. So a unit of Velites to start with. Alright. Gladiators, gladiator spearmen. All good stuff. And the horses. We need some horses. So the horse... well, we can actually get already. We can get Roman ballista here. How are we recruiting Roman ballista? What building is giving us that capability? That's interesting. I wonder if it's the level 3 cohort barracks. No? Rory. Maybe it's the level 1 workshop. Maybe a level 1 workshop allows you to recruit Roman ballista. That's interesting. I didn't realise. Okay, so by the looks of it then, we can actually recruit ballista already. And the Rome... I don't know why it's doing that. It just skips straight down to the bottom. Like that. As if I'm double pressing it, but I'm not. Anyway. Yeah, Roman ballista, they are pretty good. Onagers, slow, much more slower to reload, less accurate. Scorpions are more infantry based than artillery based. So I think a couple of units of this will go down a storm here. So that can finish off Legio Potestas proper. So we're happy with that. So 2 more turns for that to happen. Might as well get these... might as well get this army ready and prepared. So let's have a look here. We need some horses. So we're going to go for the Iberian or the auxiliary cavalry, 2 units. 1 unit of missile cav, which I think was the auxiliary Cantabrian. I think they were the missile cavalry, missile damage. Yeah, so we'll go for 1 unit of them. 2. Stop doing that. It's bugging me now. And we have 2 units left, which will be infantry. So we'll go for the Praetorians again, 2 units of those. There we go. That's 4 turns. So 4 turns for these 2 armies to be done and dusted. That's fine. Meanwhile, this unit's almost done by itself. Praetorians here. It's got first cohort units and veteran legionaries. There's quite a bit of infantry here. We could do with disbanding some of them, getting another few horses here. This army, Legio Gladius, is pretty good to go, so we're happy with that.
At your command,
Sanguine. I'm going to just overhaul Sanguine a little bit, but again they've already got the artillery, so that's one less thing to have to recruit. And this army will wait till the very end, because that's going nowhere and there's no rush for this. So I know we don't technically have to take them here because it's a whole province that they can recruit in, but I'm just doing it for my own personal benefit. We're going to force march them. I'm going to take them here. And this army as well will get the same treatment. Get it onto a forced march. Get it down here. There we go. Running down, waiting for its units. Excellent. So next turn we'll look at these 2 armies and get those units stacked up and ready to recruit.
Ready for orders.
And these guys can just sit in the town and wait for all of this to finish before he moves on. And another thing which I have done a little bit more research with is the agents. Now the agents, I really haven't made good use of the agents at all in this campaign. And in the campaign off camera I started to use them before the marathon session started, and then since the marathon session has finished and in between my other 2 sessions I've kept my hand in on Rome 2 so I don't get overly rusty. And yeah, I've come to the realisation that these spies, focusing on cunning and poisoning, is very efficient and effective. In whittling down armies, you can poison almost a third of their troops with a highly skilled poisoner before you even fight, by diminishing their numbers, diminishing garrisons by poisoning them, even assassinations by poisoning. Very effective. So yeah, from this point forward, all my spies are going to be focused on the cunning tree, and more in particular specialising in poison, because they're very devastating to armies' numbers when they're effective and successful in a poisoning thing. And then my champions, my veterans here, they are very good at obviously training armies and getting their experience up, but they'll do also have traits in which they are skills in which they can completely obliterate you know, a tough unit. If you've got a unit in the enemy ranks that's very hardened and an elite unit, they can pretty much take down that unit by a large amount. So very useful as well. So we're going to make more use of the agents in the campaigns, especially up here where we've got armies in the armies here, for instance, that are quite large amount of numbers in there. By taking 2 spies and poisoning successfully these 2 armies, we could really cripple their effectiveness. So we only have 1 spy out of 3, so we could really do with getting at least 1 more. So before we head off on our campaign, we're also going to recruit some more agents and put them to good use wherever possible. But of course they're going to start off at low level. We're going to have to get them trained up, but we'll see how it goes. So we're done. We're done really. There's no province that is negative in the public order increase. Every public order is on the increase. which is absolutely great to see. Our food reserves are high, but it is shrinking a little bit, going through a bit of a change at the moment. And we're just going to now shufty across to see how the change is happening here. So we're going to put this as an auxiliary barracks, because every province will have one now under the new regime, which frees up this as a free slot. So what do we want this to be? Well, in agricultural areas that will be producing the food for the Empire, suburbia, and more importantly, amphora makers, they boost wealth from all commerce and boost wealth from agriculture. So in provinces that specialise in agriculture, it makes more sense to put these amphora makers. So we're going to put an amphora maker here. Moving down to Roma, we have a total overhaul here of the buildings. And somebody did inform me that temple effects do stack. So if we have a Temple of Mars in here, which we are going to put in, and a Temple of Mars here, both the effects of these temples apparently stack. Now I haven't confirmed that myself, but somebody did mention it, so we'll see if that is the case. So Temple of Mars here, Temple of Mars here, room for both of them. So here we go. In this one we're going to have a Field of Mars, and we're going to turn this into the cohort barracks. This Field of Mars here could be auxiliary barracks. Another workshop here, and a workshop here. So 2 workshops and 2 barracks, as before. The difference being, of course, is that we now have 2 capital slots spare to put something else in there that's going to benefit us. Now the first thing is, I think, to assist with public order, we're going to have in there a gladiator school. And second of all, oops-a-daisy. We might go for maybe a library to assist with research rate. We're doing a lot of research at the moment, so we could maybe boost that. That could be a possibility. We could go for an aqueduct to assist with public order. A lot of these higher level workshops and higher level barracks take away from public order. So the more public order we can get, the better chance we can have of having the higher level workshops and things. So I might actually do that, actually. Yeah, latrines. I think the fountains. So more public order. So getting more public order to assist with the offset of the higher level buildings that are going to take away from public order. And here, Temple of Neptune is going to go there. I'm converting that to a Temple of Neptune again, because if they do stack, then that would be very beneficial. Here we're going to have the auxiliary barracks. And that's this province pretty much sorted. And over here, we're not really building anything new, we're just doing a lot of conversion. So that's all hunky-dory. So that's the building work sorted. Under the new regime. And the Iceni have once again landed on the shores and have taken Flevum from the Reti. Let's hope that they do not get too much of a foothold.
The gift of gold is often taken to be a sign of deep affection and respect.
Oh, that's us there. Yeah, not happy with this. No, thank you. I don't want your alliance.
We are a mighty people.
No, thank you. Any alliances now that we have? I mean, we have obviously some military allies. We have, was it? God, it's been so long. I've forgotten who I've allied with. It's a couple of factions. Is it the Deorsi and the Macedon? Could be. But any further military alliances that we do broker will be on our terms. A new political intrigue. Somebody has tried to assassinate my faction leader, and it's the House Cornelia once again. Always sticking their noses in, aren't they? Always. I'm not happy with this. They will get their comeuppance one day, I tell you that much. That's quite a good start. House Junior? Yeah, why not? We'll have him. It's only going to be a temporary thing anyway. Increase in rank. Servius Nematorius Nepos, the veteran, has increased his rank. Deal with that in a moment. Macedon are out war with the media. It seems they're annoying everybody. Population surplus, 9 Germanium mining, which means we can do some more building work there. And we're getting a few buildings. Medlam, Valathri. Need to sort these out. Legend. Athens at war with the Kartli. Some more population increases and some more building recruitment. Sorry, taking place. Okay. So I think what we'll do first of all is we're just going to take a quick peek up here. Let's have a look. 2 armies recently captured. How many armies do our client states have? They seem to be struggling a touch. Don't know where their main force is, but can't help you just yet, boys. By the time we get there, it's going to be far too late, isn't it? They're going to be vanquished. We're going to have to face a threat closer to home than we feared. Right, okay, that's fine. Just going to take on the building work here. Right, this temple, what we're going to put this as a temple of, I've totally forgotten what temple we were going to put here. We have Shrine of Jupiter, which is not really appropriate, neither there's a Shrine to Mars or Neptune. So we've got Shrine to Mercury, which is well from all sources, which is pretty nice. We've got the Sacred Grove, which is just really a public order thing. Shrine of Minerva, which increases the research rate. Oh, Shrine of Vulcan, which is well from industry. Public order +2 per turn. That's well from all sources and +3 per turn. I think we're going to go for the Shrine to Mercury. Tooltips, eh? $20 wealth from industry, 20%, 120 wealth from culture, and what the hell is wrong with these tooltips? I think we'll go for the Temple of Vulcan just because that we do have some industry here in the suburbia, so I think it's a good partnership. So we'll go for the Shrine to Vulcan there, and everything else is currently being constructed. That's fine. Roma, maybe it makes no difference. Auxiliary camp or cohort barracks, it's no difference. And the rest of the buildings are taking shape. And here as well, I think everything there is on track. The only thing I'm not overly happy with is having a Temple of Minerva here. It seems to be overkill. We're having a good, Temple of Neptune there, Temple of Neptune here. That's going to help with public order. I don't think we need this to be a temple. Might as well make use of it as another food supply place. Public order is at +5. This is providing +4 to public order. This is going to increase public order anyway. I think we can actually afford to do that now. Demolish that and put that as another farm, I think, is the order of the day. And that's fine. Right, so that's that sorted. Right, so then down here, shifting down here once again. This army, 1 turn left, and then it's completed. And then this army here has got 3 more turns, but we still have 2 armies to revamp. So starting with Legio Sanguine, the Premier Legion of Rome. Let's see what we're going to do with this. What we're going to do with these guys. We have Legionaries. We're going to get rid of these Equites. Roman Onager, Roman Ballista, Celtic Scorpion. Oh, we'll disband this one. We'll disband these. They're actually quite high-leveled armour and weapons. I wonder if it's even worth disbanding them or just keeping them. I might just disband one and keep one. And then we're going to go for the Auxilia Cav, and of course the Cantabrian Cav. We need to go for another unit of Velites to take it up to 4, which means then we have 2 Triarii, and these Principes have been going in. They've been going for some years. You know, I'm almost hesitant to take them down, but we do need to revamp it, don't we? We do need to give it a new facelift. So we're going to disband the 3 Principes and all their gold weaponry, and we're going to keep these legionaries, 3 of them. Disband that one. That's a veteran legionary. So what we'll go for, I think, is we'll go for one more veteran legionary. Take us up to 17. We'll go for couple of first cohorts and 1 Praetorian, and that should be 20 units, and that army will be done. 5 turns, and that will be Legio Sanguine sorted. And here we have Legio Gladius. We have already the Velites. We have already the artillery. Got a whole crap load of infantry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of 1 unit of veterans. And I'll go for, yeah, we'll get rid of the weakest ones. We'll get rid of them, and two horses. So take them out of force march. Get them another unit of Auxilia and one Auxilia Cantabrian, and again that's 20. So for the entire 4 armies here to be completely redone and ready to march north, it's going to be 6 turns, which isn't totally unreasonable. So 6 turns and then we're good to go. Who leveled up? Somebody leveled up. Nepos. So what have we got here? Gives us public order and chance to discover. No. This is authority. No. This is authority as well. I'm going to go for some zeal stuff, I think. These are all authority lines. See, he's authority. Well, a bit of a jack of all trades, this man. Master of. In fact, he's down here. What's he doing here? Is he still required to? Is he still required to provide military fervour here? I think it's a waste of time. They've got plenty of public order. He needs to get himself moving on and assisting the war effort, I think. So we're going to take him up here, make use of him in our future campaigns. So off he tots. A few turns for him to get up there. Righty-ho, righty-ho. It's time to go, I think. Diplomacy. Just take another overview here of the diplomatic situation. The Anates, a little bit red. Not overly impressed with us, but minus 15. It's a sort of neutral affair. The Pontus, they're green, but they have got far too many enemies for us to want to trade with them. So the Anates, they're at war with nobody. If we could try and get some kind of relative peace with these people, it would be beneficial.
We will gladly listen to your offers, but do not wrap them in lies. The spirits know truth.
Moderate trade. If we actually offer them some cash, wow! Because of our coffers, we're giving them 3,300. As I say, it still links in to be 10% of your treasury. That's a lot of money. They've accepted it rather unsurprisingly.
You bless our meeting with these terms.
But still, non-aggression is
wisdom and accept them.
Non-aggression is still a little bit far out. But the longer this trade agreement stands, the more we shall increase our standing together, and hopefully they'll accept non-aggression at some point in the not too distant future. So that's the Anates taken care of. Just don't want them to stab me in the back while I'm busy elsewhere, that's all. and everybody else is red-faced, so I'm happy with the diplomatic situation. We've got good standing, and plenty of friends.
While the spirits of our ancestors have no use for gold, they do know that they live it.
They come with jokes. Are they jesters, comedians? Want us to pay for non-aggression as if we're going to run scared of these guys? Oh dear. I'm going to enjoy crushing them eventually.